Venus is how we love. It is our style of loving. It is how we want to be loved and how we give love, actually. Venus is also our gifts, what we were born into this world to give back to the world. It also shines a light on how we handle our finances. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my analysis of Venus being in the sign of Aries. Hey everybody, it is your girl here, GenuinelyDivine, and today we're going to be talking about Venus in the zodiac sign of Aries. Now, if you're here because you were born between March 21st and April 20th or April 19th, then this may not be the video for you. In order to know your Venus sign, you will definitely have to know your birth chart. Now, I've placed a link in the bio section below for you to find your Venus placement, okay? Now, for those of you who know your Venus placement and you do have this placement, continue to watch the video. Now, whenever I talk about Aries, I'm always like, oh my God, Aries is so impulsive. They're so responsive to whatever comes their way. They're very aggressive in their nature because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of aggression, the planet of war. So sometimes it can be a very eager sign to do anything. So when it's placed here in Venus in our style of loving, it can be aggressive in nature when it comes to loving someone. Sometimes they can be a little impulsive on their decisions when it comes to deciding on a partner. They're very caught up on appearance. Appearance is very important to a person with this placement. They are very much on the physical attraction more so than the mental stimulation. If you look good, your chances of being within a Venus and Aries person is very likely because they are very, 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 very big on looks. Also, they are very good with falling in love extremely fast and moving really fast in a relationship because, you know, Mars and Aries, this is a very fast paced person. You know, this is a person who like to move fast. They're bold, they're energetic, you know, so they want to go ahead and do whatever they got to do, you know. And this is a very youthful sign as well. So people with this placement, they love like a child. So like if they fall in love easily, but they also fall out of love just as easy, and they want to just keep moving, you know. And then they can start over in relationships like they've never been hurt ever before in their life, and that's really positive. That's a great thing. But for those who are on the receiving end of a Venus and Aries person, it could be a little bit difficult for them because they don't understand how this person can say that they love them and then they can just move on so easily after the smallest thing happens in a relationship. But that's the thing with a person with Venus in Aries. They don't deal with a lot of crap. Although they may give a lot of crap, they don't deal with a lot of crap. It's like if you're with them, you're with them, but they don't like to be confined, of course. They like to have their freedom in the relationship, but at the same token, they like to have a lot of fun in the relationships. If the relationship becomes dull and boring, then Aries may start looking elsewhere. And although that is really sad because they're very passionate, giving lovers who are just extremely amazing, and that energy in the bedroom is just incredible, and people just love Venus and Aries people, but it's just really difficult to keep them stimulated for an extensive period of time. So sometimes the relationships for Venus and Aries people, they don't last a very long time. Now it can, depending on other factors in the chart, but just speaking on this placement alone, it is very difficult for them to have real long extended relationships. You know, with the right partner they can have it, but finding the right partner is sometimes very difficult. Now Aries is polar opposite to Libra. So Libra is buried deep down within Aries. So they do like to be fair in relationships, and they do try to look for a balance. Not saying that they always find that balance, but that is something that they do want. You know, they try to be fair, they try to be nice, they try to be kind, and they want to be with someone, but at the same token, they also want to be free. So that's something that Venus and Aries people deal with a lot in their relationships. Now, the gifts that Aries are given and what they should be given back to the world is their independence. You know, Aries is all about independence, and they have self-love, you know, because they're very self-oriented. So they should be a leader of some sort. And Venus and Aries people are amazing leaders because they know how to guide people to that point of success in their life where they can genuinely love themselves for who they are rather than who they want to become. When it comes to the finances for Venus and Aries people, sometimes they can be impulsive spenders. A lot of times they can make money really fast, or they can accumulate money really fast in some type of way, but at the same token they can spend it just as fast, which sometimes leave Venus and Aries people with, you know, an empty bank account. Sometimes, you know, if they're not careful with their spending, or if they haven't learned to not be so impulsive with their spending. When they're in a relationship, they love whoever they're with. When they love, and they will give them the best gifts ever, you know, because remember, Aries is the sign of infancy. So of course they're gonna give until they can't give anymore. And sometimes they just don't realize that, hey, you know, we have to live for tomorrow also. You know, what if you know, don't have money for tomorrow? They don't seem to really care about that. They really just care about the right now. Now, I do think that this is a great placement for Venus, mainly because if Venus and Aries people have a heartbreak, they know how to get over it. You know, they don't take that baggage into their next relationship. You know, they just start over, and they love again like they've never loved before. Like this is their first time loving. And I think that's beautiful, because you never know what relationship is just going to be that right one, and you don't want to be holding back and not giving your all. Aries don't know how to hold back. They only know how to give their all. So Venus and Aries people are amazing people to love. They're very passionate, they're very giving, they're very kind, and they're very energetic, they're very bold. They're all of these great things. But when the relationship is done, they are done, and they do move on with their lives. I can see some bisexual activities going on with this, because Mars is very masculine, you know, and so Aries is a masculine zodiac sign as well. Venus, of course, is very feminine. She is the goddess of love and beauty. With that being said, sometimes you have this masculine energy combining with Venus feminine energy, and sometimes you know, Aries do want that sensuality. They want something soft and something, you know, amazing to touch, and that can be for the women as well as for the men. And sometimes they just want to explore, and they want something different, and they're not always wanting to be doing the same thing. So I can see that going on. This is my analysis, you guys, on Venus in Aries. And until the next time we meet, you guys, I hope you're always sweet, and I wish you so much love, peace, and many wonderful, wonderful blessings. Bye.
Yeah, he sets my body in motion. He knows how to turn things up.